Quadrilaterals are just special kinds of polygons. So it has to be a polygon. It has to be closed. It has to have straight sides. But if it's got four sides, it's considered a quadrilateral. Quad means four. So four sides makes it a quadrilateral. So once you decide, yes, it is a quadrilateral, it has four sides, you got three categories. First category is parallelogram. Parallelogram means that these two sides are parallel and these two sides are parallel. Opposite sides are parallel. That makes it a parallelogram. Or it can be a kite. With kites, it's instead of opposite, it's adjacent. These two that touch have to be equal length, and these two that touch have to be equal length. So that makes it a kite, or it can be a trapezoid. Trapezoid's the oddball. It has one set of parallel sides. So these two are parallel, and these are not. So that's a trapezoid. Now, trapezoids, if it's a trapezoid, the only other thing it can be is an isosceles trapezoid. That's one of the ones where it's like a triangle with the top cut off. So these two sides are equal lengths. That would make an isosceles trapezoid. But trapezoid is just four sides and only one set of the lines are parallel. Just one. It can be the top and the bottom or the sides, either way, but one set of parallel. Now, if you're a kite, remember adjacent sides have to be equal. If all the sides are equal, that kite could also be a rhombus. But parallelogram has a lot of things. So like a rectangle, a rectangle. A rectangle is a parallelogram because these two sides are parallel. These two sides are parallel. So that makes it a parallelogram. A rhombus is also a parallelogram because these two sides are parallel. These two sides are parallel. But in special cases, if these two sides are parallel, these two sides are parallel, that makes it a parallelogram. It also has equal sides. All four sides are equal. That makes it a rhombus. It has four right angles. That makes it a rectangle. So squares can fit in all kinds of categories. It's a square, sure, but it's also a rectangle. It's also a rhombus. It's also a parallelogram. It's also a quadrilateral. It's like just classifying, like if I wanted to be really broad, I could say I am a human. And I can narrow it down a little bit. I'm a female. So that's a little bit more specific. I'm also a teacher, a human female teacher. So see, there's three categories I fit in. I'm also a mother. I can do that, but I can keep narrowing it down. I'm also a person named Jenny. So I can keep narrowing it down, and all those are true about me, but it's just different categories that I fit in. Big, broad categories down to smaller, smaller, smaller categories. So if we look at a square again, here's my square. Is it, I know, I'm a very pretty square. Is it a quadrilateral? Yes, it has four sides. That's all it takes. Is it a parallelogram? Well, this and this are parallel, and this are parallel. So yes, it's a parallelogram. Is it a rectangle? Well, these two are parallel and equal. These two are parallel and equal. And it has four right angles. So yes, it's a rectangle. Is it a rhombus? Yes, all four sides are equal. And is it a square? Yes, all four sides are equal, and it has right angles, four right angles. So it fits in lots of categories. So look at the kind of quadrilateral you're talking about and look for its characteristics and see which category or multiple categories it could fit in. The most exact name for this is a square, but it's also all these other things.